Hi, friends. It's Pat at Dancing Moon Travel with another episode of Let's Talk Travel. Our agents here at Dancing Moon Travel are my associates, and we have really been trying to do our part for the travel industry these days, and we've been getting out and about and traveling at every opportunity. And I thought it would be fun to just take the month of April and share with our listeners where in the world we've been and how the travel is going from a firsthand perspective from those of us who are out there, boots on the ground. So we're going to start. I'm going to start this first week in April. Marvin and I were out recently on an oldie but goodie with Royal Caribbean, the Jewel of the Seas. Now, Jewel, by today's standards, is a mid-sized ship. Um, she's not a big ship, uh, just a very comfortable, intimate vessel, though far smaller than many of the other vessels in the Royal Caribbean fleet. But we really enjoyed our time aboard Jewel. Uh, for want of a better word, I'm just going to say that this is a very pretty smaller ship. And yes, she has a few years on her, but she's in great shape. And uh, we found a lot to like about our experience on Jewel. So folks, don't dismiss these older ships. Sometimes they are a great. They just kind of fit the bill for what you're looking for, and they frequently are very well prized and have some lovely itineraries. So we really enjoyed our time on board Jewel. We found a lot of things to like there. One of those was the service was just excellent. Uh, we found that the dining room staff, the uh, uh, just all everybody pretty much aboard that ship was service oriented. We had a great room steward. Luther was amazing. Nothing was too much to ask of him. And the dining staff also, we had a great time there. We were down for anytime dining, but we actually ended up going on and setting a reservation for 8 o'clock each night because we just wanted to experience that same waiter every night. So Ronald and Vincent took great care of us. His assistant Vincent, they were super, and the food, I have to say, on board was excellent. Oh, there's one other person I just have to make a mention of here. This young man, Neilbert, they had him stationed just outside the buffet, greeting people as they came in. And you talk about somebody who is absolutely a great greeter. He just made you smile every single day. If you went up to the buffet, and he was there at every lunchtime when we went up there, and I mean, he just brought a smile to your face. He was so outgoing and so welcoming and funny and charming. We really loved. Just a shout out to Neil Bird. I hope somebody hears this from them. But so the service and the food were exceptional. Speaking of the food, here I'll throw this in here. There's a quick snapshot. This was night one with Marvin studying the menu in the dining room, just getting a feel for what was on the menu, and uh, it was just really good. And his favorite, just all week long, he was in seventh heaven. One of his favorite things in the world is escargot, and they had it every night. It was on the menu, and every night Marvin had one. In fact, one night Marvin had 2 servings of escargot. But then, of course, he couldn't even begin to touch his dinner. He was done for the evening after eating. I mean, that's rich, buttery goodness, and it was really, really good. So a lot to like. Casino lovers, if you enjoy the casino on board a ship when you're sailing, if you spend some time hanging out there, you probably would like the Jewel. I I thought the casino was quite large in comparison to the size of the ship. It's a smaller ship, but the casino really, really took up some square footage on there. We didn't play any in the casino. We walked through several times on our way to the theater, but we heard a lot of bells ringing and things. So I think some people were actually getting some payouts on the casino. Entertainment. It was kind of a mixed bag. I thought there was one show that was absolutely 5 stars. It was great. The Argentine tango show. Uh, Folks, I would have paid $80 to go see that show if it were traveling around. The dancing, the music, the orchestra, like 6 pieces that was backing the dancers and vocalists. They were an amazing group of musicians. So that was a really, I gave that one 5 stars. It really, really was fabulous. And unfortunately, I found that the rest of the week, that was, I believe, on night 2 of the sailing that we went to see that show. Unfortunately, after that, it seemed like the entertainment was just a little bit lame. I'm sorry, folks. That's just kind of lots of trivia, bingo, scavenger hunts, art auctions, practically, I think, every day. But it didn't. They had a magician, and it was okay, but it just didn't rock the world. So I think that was an area that could use some improvement. Now, in fairness, I have to say that Jewel was offline for a few weeks during the month of, I think, from mid January through the end of February and into the early March. They were not sailing with paying passengers on board. I think that it was during the Omicron outbreak that they were kind of serving as a resource for Royal Caribbean during that time. Maybe for any crew members that I'm not sure if that's right, but I think maybe if they had any crew members who tested positive, that they were keeping them all on the Jewel and isolating them and keeping them safe and everything while they um, got over that and were ready to return to service. But Jewel is back to service and doing well. Um, our room, we had a standard balcony midship. Loved the location. It was practically straight across from those beautiful midship elevators, and so it was a very convenient location for wherever we wanted to go. And The room was very small. It was one of the coziest. Let's say it was cozy. One of the coziest rooms that we've had in a while. But that said, it had everything we needed. It was comfortable. The bed was fine. Everything in the room was just fine. It was just small, well laid out, plenty of storage space. We didn't lack for anything. And really who books a cruise anyway based on oh, they had the nicest room. I want the best food and service and fun factor and all of that. The room, it's nice to have I love our balconies, but it's not the first priority. And as long as it has what you need and the bed is good and we have storage space for everything, I'm good with that. Um, Now, one thing that we ran into, oh, I got to share this. One thing that we ran into on Jewel was they had 3 long-term cruise passengers on there. When I say long-term cruise passengers, I had a long chat with a gal by the name of Barbara, who's from Florida. She maintains a home that she visits occasionally. Most of the time, she's out on a cruise ship these days. She books usually 3 to 5 back-to-back cruises. She had 5 scheduled on Jewel. This gal didn't start cruising until fairly, the last few years, and she has logged 250 cruises, 200 of which has been on Royal Caribbean. And Jewel happens to be one of her very favorite ships in their fleet. There were 2 other passengers. I never did actually connect with them, but I understand that one of the gentlemen on there has done well over 1,000 cruises, and he is on board Jewel almost 100% of his time is on board the ship. So, just kind of unusual, not something you run into every day. And I thought it was interesting, and I really enjoyed chatting with Barbara about her experience and just her affinity for staying on the cruise ship. And folks, why not? I mean, it's cheaper than assisted living, right? And you pretty much get the same kind of service. Assisted living gives you housekeeping once a week. They give you housekeeping every single day, right? Plus, the food I think is probably better than pretty much any assisted living. Just saying, guys. Just something to think about. Um, Disappointing things. Um, I think that one of the things that I was uh, not happy about on board was the internet. It was the worst internet that I have had on a ship literally in years. It was excruciatingly slow most of the time, made work frequently a challenge. But would I not cruise because of it again if I knew I was going to have the same experience? No, it wouldn't keep me from sailing on Jewel again, even if I knew the internet was going. I would just know it was going to be slower than slow. The other point of disappointment during the cruise is, my job, folks, is to go out and do market research and to help you guys sort things out so I can report to you and you can make informed decisions based on my personal experience. So I'm out here taking one for the team at every opportunity to experience these various services and amenities on board these ships so I can tell you about them from my firsthand experience. And one of the firsthand experiences that we had on board the Jewel that did not go all that well was unfortunately Chop's Grill. It just didn't quite hit the mark. My husband's steak was a little tough. I had the lobster, and it was good. It was okay, but it was nothing special. And um, at the end of the meal, we had dessert and coffee, and the dessert was just marginal. We ate a couple of bites, and the coffee was barely lukewarm, folks. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for that. Really, we paid a significant amount of money for that premium meal, and we wished we'd gone to the dining room where the food was very good, reliably. I don't know what the deal was with that, but we would just not ever spend our money again for Chops Grill on board the Jewel anyway. Um, One other feature that I wanted to share with you that we took part in that I was very excited about, I think it's fairly new with Royal Caribbean. It's called the Key. Now, the Key includes a lot of special amenities. It gives you your Vroom internet. It didn't vroom very fast on Jewel, unfortunately, but it was you got the full internet package for the duration of the cruise, the fastest internet that they had on board, however slow the fastest might be. Um, it includes a number of other perks. One of them that we really enjoyed was when you go on board, you have a special welcome luncheon that is served. It's in the main dining room for just the people who purchased the key, and it is served from the Chops Grill menu. So you had a choice of like three entrees, a steak, a broiled fish dish. I can't remember what the third one was. And oh, I remember one of the appetizers was the colossal shrimp cocktail. And folks, I'm not kidding. I have never seen shrimp that size. They were the size of, many of these mini lobster tails that some of these restaurants serve. They were bigger than that. They were huge shrimp, and my husband Marvin loved that shrimp cocktail. There were some other things that included. So you had your room, you had this special welcome luncheon, and on the final day of the cruise, you had a private special breakfast in the main dining room just for the key holders. And then once you had finished your breakfast, you were able to walk off the ship at your convenience, your leisure. And there's a special tag that you put on your luggage when you send it out, so that your luggage is set in a special private area. You don't have to be searching through huge piles of luggage, because all of the key luggage is in a area right as you get off of the ship. Very convenient. I mean, we walked right up to ours. It was sitting right there, practically didn't take two steps out of our way for that. So I really like the key. I think that was money well spent. Lots of perks and special little amenities that came with that. And I think under normal conditions, having that internet package included would have been, it's just a shame it was so slow. And it wasn't just us; it was the staff. Everybody was complaining. So I just can't believe that this is an ongoing issue, that it's typical of the ship all the time. So anyway, that's kind of a rundown of our experience from sailing on Jewel of the Seas. I'm going to show you one more picture. Here is a picture, an image from, uh, maybe I'll get it here. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, this is my breakfast from that last day. I had a lovely omelet that was served, and it was really nice to just have that breakfast, a leisurely breakfast, and then to just go walk off the ship any old time. Just when we were ready to go, the door was open and we could go. So, folks, that's it from me about our time on Royal Caribbean's Jewel of the Seas recently. Highly recommend that ship for most people. It was really a great experience, and we would do it again in a heartbeat. So, thanks everybody. Appreciate your time. Thanks for tuning in. And again, this is Pat at Dancing Moon Travel with another episode of Let's Talk Travel. Bye now.